Hi and welcome. My name is Alex from Future Funding, your funding specialist, and it's great to have your company again with yet another business hero in our Business Hero series. My special guest today is a nationally recognised personal cash flow strategist, and her name is Marisa Punshon. Marisa, thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome, Alex. Thanks for having me.
I'm really looking forward to chatting. I'd love to give our audience just a little bit of a snapshot of who you are and what you do and some of the areas that you've been working in. So I know there's a lot to go through, but so for the last 18 years, you've worked with business owners worldwide to help them bring cash into their business to increase profits. So bringing more cash, accelerating their personal wealth. You're very passionate about working with people, helping them make their business vehicle to create financial security, which is, as a business owner, so important. And a lot of people don't realize that. You're also part of a group called the Entourage, which supports business owners around cash flow and money mindset. And you're also part of the Aussie Business Accelerator, which help business owners accelerate their business growth. Pretty exciting. So love to hear about all three of them, Marisa.
Yes. Well, first of all, the Entourage is a business school in Sydney, specifically for entrepreneurs, teaching them how to run a business.
Right.
And so I work as, when I say work, I'm one of their vision partners. There's a number of us in different areas. Mine is in finance, so particularly cash flow management and money mindset. And and then Aussie Business Accelerator is a 12-month program. It's for business owners that need to, they really need to accelerate their business. There are certain areas that might be lacking. I'm of course going to be working and providing support and workshops on cash flow and finances and knowing their numbers. We've also got some other, legal people work in legal, business restructuring, sales, marketing, technology, all sorts of areas. Like there's a huge cohort of people, specialists that are part of it. So it's an amazing, it's like a one-stop shop. It's really, really good for business owners.
Would any of those, so in particularly, if I was a brand new business or an established business, which would be the best part? I know you, because there's a number of areas you do work with and you work with people of all different levels. So is there, out of any of those courses, which would be the most specific for, say, for example, a new business?
Aussie Business Accelerator, I wouldn't say a new business as such. It's for more advanced businesses that are turning over six figures plus. The Entourage, yes. The Entourage has got a variety of different membership levels. And that would be great for business owners that are wanting to not only be part of a community of other business owners that get it, but also to have specialists and training in, in helping you run your business.
Fantastic.
Stuff you to start at school.
It's as everyone's so important to be. So if someone looking at this now, particularly going through what we have in the last 12 plus months globally, there's a lot of areas that businesses really starting to look at. I mean, some businesses have had to shut down because of not being able to recognize when they should look at their cash flow side of things. So what advice would you give for businesses that might be in this stage of their period, and where would they start?
I think the one lesson that business owners have really learned, a lot have, is the importance of cash flow management, particularly over the past few months with COVID. So I would always say, and when I work with people, that is one of the first things we do is actually have a cash flow forecast for the next 12 months. So understanding money coming in, money going out, when your big payments are due. You can look at your financial reports like your profit and loss, and it might say, look, I've invoiced out $50,000 of sales, yet it's when those sales get paid and the money hits the bank account. That's what's important.
Yeah.
And that's where your cash flow forecast, but also monitoring your profit and loss, having a look at your profit margins, seeing how efficient your business is, and knowing that, can I afford to put someone on, hire someone? How will that affect my cash flow? How will that affect, my sales, which may seem funny, but if you've got staff that work in sales and then you put new staff on, then they'll need to be trained. So you might find the sales might dip for a small amount of time until the new employees are trained up, and then they'll increase.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you're still paying wages. So there's a lot of different things that you take into consideration.
And talking to someone like yourself, I know many businesses today, they seem to get into that. They do really well to start with, and then they get in that rut where, like you just mentioned, putting on new staff. I mean, obviously, when you put on new staff, you can focus on other areas in your business to help maximize the growth of your business. And so many people don't take that literally so seriously. You can get to a point where you can't do everything as a business owner.
No.
So, it's, and talking to someone like yourself, and understanding what principles you put in place. Tell us about, that point where business owners go, when am I ready? You would be able to tell in their business, are they ready to invest in more staff so they can see what's on the other end of that? Can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, it's looking at, you look at the big picture. So it's not only paying a wage, it's the extra superannuation that you pay. It's the extra PAYG that you pay when you do your BAS. Yeah. It's the fact that they may take the resources of other staff members in order to be trained up. Like there are lots of different things you look at.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's if anything, it's having clear, accurate, timely financials that you can work with. And then it's forecasting is all about, you're forecasting, like you don't know what's going to happen down the track. We could have had a forecast in February last year, and it would have been almost guarantee completely different by mid-March or April. You would look back and go, well, I didn't predict that with COVID.
Yeah.
Some businesses did really well, other businesses didn't. So we only have a certain limit. So it's working with that, of what we know, what our knowns are, keeping that up to date as the months and times go by. And then we can't use what happened last year. Generally, you use last year's figures, but we can't really do that. So there is a little bit of guesswork this year. It's a bit different this year.
And it's interesting. I mean, in the finance game myself, I'm always talking to business owners, and we seem to think it's all about your business and your business growth. But I'm sure there's businesses out there that are going to be watching this that want to have an exit strategy. And sometimes they don't have a strategy where they've got a business that's in place that might be doing really, really well up and down, but they must have an exit strategy and know, how can I capitalize on getting out of my business to whether we shut it down on a profit, or we've got a business that is worth selling. And a lot of businesses don't understand that. And having someone like yourself work out a plan, can you give us an idea on that side of things as well?
Yes. So what I would do is I would work with people to a certain point, and then I would recommend that they go and speak to someone who actually specialises in business exit strategies and succession planning.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that if you are in there doing everything, and if your business isn't able to function without you performing those roles, then your business isn't worth much.
Correct.
So, and I always say this, it's like McDonald's. You've got your systems and your processes, and then someone walks in and knows exactly what to do and how it's done. And a number of the people I work with, the businesses I work with, we look at, setting up financial systems, and also setting up systems like training for staff and other areas where this is the way it's done. This is the way, this process happens from beginning to end.
Textbook.
And it's done that way. So you're systemizing your business to make it a business that you can step out of.
Yeah.
Maybe not step out of for another 20 years, but step out of and be able to go away on holidays without worrying that things aren't functioning properly.
Yeah. And you nailed it when you said about, as a business owner and talking to business owners, I would love to know the percentages, but so many people that have a business do things their way, and being able to move into that next area where you've got the business running on its own. that in itself, your sort of side of the business is being able to show people that it can be done. And I think that's the biggest fear of a business owner. I know it was like mine at the beginning. I do things my way, but being able to pass on the skills and service your clients the same way. Do you find that that's quite common?
Yes, it is. It is. It is. It's just because our businesses are our babies.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's something particularly, if we've started this business from scratch, like if you've purchased an existing business, it might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
But when you start a business from scratch and you build it up and you actually look back and think, God, look what we've done.
Yeah.
You do become a bit precious. But it's taking that step back and saying that, well, when we're not our business, we work in our business, but our business is a separate entity.
Correct.
That is serving a purpose, a vehicle, and whether that be to give you a wage to live, meet your personal financial goals, whether that be to fulfill a certain emotional need, like if people's businesses might work in certain areas that they may have interest in. So, they may work with animals because they love animals. They could work in healthcare because they love caring about people.
Yeah.
Your business is a vehicle that serves a purpose.
Yeah. That's not taking away any of the personality. I mean, part of what we do here today is businesses might be the same, but it's got the business principles behind that, which is, like you said, it's the people's baby. It's their way of doing business, which is what I love to recognize the owners about. And sometimes you can see from the owner's side of the business how they bring that what's the word? Education or their personality runs through the business within their staff. Yes. And that's really what attracts clients today. And clients kind of see that and go, oh, I was speaking to that, staff member, and she reminds me of you as an owner. And that is just so precious as a building a business itself, because really that's what you've created,
Yes. And understanding what your business vision and mission is.
Yeah. And
then having that filter down through to your staff so they all understand the mission of the business.
Correct.
And the vision of the business, and then attracting staff that are able to have they've got the technical skills, they've got the drive and the ambition and dedication, but also they're on the same wavelength, and they're a good fit. Yeah,
total resemblance. That's fantastic. So obviously I'd love to be able to talk more and get into the nuts and bolts of it, but I know people that are watching this, they would love to I'm sure would want to reach out to yourself. And we're going to keep some links on this, but can you just touch base on the particular courses that you've got coming up and some of the things that are coming up where they might be able to just have a bit of a taste of what's going on, and then absolutely give yourself a plug and get them on board.
Okay, great. Well, as I mentioned before, we've got the Aussie Business Accelerator that starts mid-Feb. So I'll send a link for that. That's a commitment of a year. So that's a biggie. And then I've got Bulletproof Your Business for 2021. And that is a live stream running on the 25th of February I'll be working with 3 other experts in looking at ways that you can actually bulletproof your business. So we've got someone that's helping, providing some information and some fantastic strategies about bulletproofing your business technology, sales and marketing, and also helping bulletproof your business by using a telephone.
Wow.
So, yeah, and of course I do the finance, the cash flow, and the money management side of it. So that'll be great.
And when's that starting? So we'll have the link at the bottom of this. When does that all kick off?
Okay, that's on the 25th of Feb. So that's a live stream that runs for 2 hours.
Awesome. Awesome. So it'll be great to if anyone's interested in not only meeting yourself but some good successful people, that would be the go-to link to watch.
Well, that'd be good because you'll be able to get some information within a short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the whole thing's run, so it's like point. Get what you can, get the information and implement it in your business.
Fantastic, and I'm sure people are going to get a lot out of that. Marisa, as part of our Business Hero series, I'm always going to pick someone with the very last and probably the hardest question for you. Yeah. If you're a superhero, or you could be any superhero in the world, who would it be and why?
Okay, now we've discussed this before.
We have.
and you know it's Wonder Woman for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why is that?
She's smart, she's savvy, she's compassionate, and she's strong. And I think that's all really, really, that's they're great qualities for women as well as men, for anyone. She's got a great outfit and great hair.
Two most important factors.
Well, that's it, of course.
Marisa, thanks so much again for joining us. And as everyone knows, we're going to be showcasing more fantastic business heroes coming really soon. My name is Alex from Future Funding. Thanks for joining us again. Cheers, Marisa.
Thanks, Alex.
Bye.